Welcome back, YouTube. We are finally in the house renovating series again. We're up on the second floor in the office slash studio. With that being said, I'm going to show you how I took this wall cabinet and went ahead and patched that wall right over there. Let's get right into it. All right, now that I'm back in the office, we've got this little cabinet shelf area. I know when I take it out, the shelf is not supported by anything. So let me go ahead and get the camera adjusted and take that out here. As you can see, it's just a hollow frame. So what I'm going to do is take some 2x4s. I'm going to measure the distance from top to bottom, and then top to bottom here. Same thing from the width. So then I'm just going to trim down some 2x4s, screw that in, so then I can attach my drywall there, and it should have something solid to hold on to. So let me get to measuring here real quick. So I'm going to start with my outside edges. Because then by the time I rip my 2x4 down, I can get the accurate measurement for the width here. So looking there, it's about 33 1/4. And about 33 1/4 there. All right, so we got our mark here on our 2x4. Got it measured out to that 33 1/4. So time to rip it down on the miter saw here. All right, so we got the 2x4 ripped down to 33 1/4 inch. Now we measured the width, which is about 3.5 inches. What we're going to do is rip this down on the table saw to 1 3/4 inch, and that's going to give enough width to be able to attach to the framing in there, then eventually be able to apply the drywall. So let's go ahead and get this ripped down real quick. Taking a look here, it fits perfectly in there. What I'm going to do is pre-drill some holes into the sides so I can run my screws in and be able to attach it with no problems. I just got some exterior screws here from some projects I've been building and selling. But if you have framing screws, probably better. But at the end of the day, this is going to hold up. It's not going to rot out or anything like that. So let's go ahead and get this side attached real quick. (26 3/4 for the top and bottom. The reason I'm doing that is it doesn't have to be perfect, because we're just wanting something for your drywall to be able to attach to. So let me go ahead and cut that real quick. Board's down to 26 1/2, and I'm going to rip it down, 2x4 in half, just like I did there, so it gives enough beef to attach. So let me go do that. I'll be right back. We're going to take the width here, and we're about 30 inches and 3/8. And same for the top. So we're gonna have probably just maybe a 1/16 of a space, which is okay when you tape and everything. It'll make everything look nice and flawless. Next thing you want to do is measure, your height. With this top part up here, I want to show you. You can see whenever someone cut that out for that shelf, it's not perfectly straight. So we're going to take that low spot measure from here all the way down, which is about 33 inches and 1/4 inch. So we're going to rip that from 33 1/4 inch by 30 3/8, and then we should be able to take our drywall screws and be able to attach everything to this frame and kind of continue on and go from there. Now that we got our drywall square on our piece of drywall, got it measured out to 30 3/8 inch, we're going to take our box cutter and we're just going to go right down that seam here. And just a tip when you're doing it, you don't want to go too deep, you don't want to go too hard, just enough to cut that paper a little bit. And if you're on a surface like this, raised surface, you should be able to come over, put it on the edge, and snap it just like that. We got the drywall off the table. It should just fold in just like this. Not too tight, but you have a nice crease. And you're just going to follow right along the edges inside there. After 33 1/4 of an inch, we're going to do the same thing and sear right down that seam here. Next thing we need to do is take our drywall sander. It's almost like a cheese grater. We're going to want to go across the seams that we just cut, and that's going to be able to smooth everything out. So let's go ahead and get that sanded down real quick. Now that we got that drywall slid in here, what we're going to end up doing is taking our drywall screws and attaching all the way around the border. Probably going to do at least 3 or 4 on the top, same at the bottom, and then one more extra on the side, just since it's a little bit taller on the height there. Alright, now it's time to tape and mud this wall. For this, we got all-purpose mud right here, so you don't have to mix it yourself. Got our 6-inch knife, and then you're also going to want some drywall tape. After applying the mud around the border, you want to use the drywall tape. After cutting the tape to the correct measurement, you want to use your drywall knife and apply the tape to stick to the wall. It's best to do it in one fluid motion and not the way I was applying it. When you get the squeeze out, just lightly skim coat over the tape for extra sealing. Alright, finally got our first coat done of mud and tape. I know once this dries, and I'm going to come back, sand everything down. Once I do that, I'll put one more coat on, kind of just make sure everything's flush and a smooth transition, so you won't be able to tell that this is a patch job. So let me know down in the comments, how I'm doing for my first time. But yeah, let's keep rocking and rolling. After letting the all-purpose compound sit for about 24 hours, doesn't look too shabby, but what I'm going to end up doing is taking my block sander, really just sand down all the high spots so everything's nice and flush. And we'll come over with one more coat, and then this will be all done. And we just got to, prep and paint everything. So let's get to the sanding. Alright, finally hit everything with the sand all the way through. Obviously less is more when you're doing that first coat. You don't have to sand as much. Again, it's my first time really doing this tape and mud process here. I know what I'm going to end up doing is watering down some of that mud, feather everything out, try to make it nice and smooth transition. Doesn't feel too bad, but obviously want to make sure you don't really see it with the naked eye or anything like that. So let's go ahead and get that process started with the mud and watering it down. Alright, so when it comes to watering the mud here, I watched Mr. Buildit's video. I know there's a lot of people that do drywall for professions and can help you out, but listening to Mr. Buildit, I should say, take some water, you just kind of pour it in there until you get about a ketchup type mixture. So we're just going to mix that around. So when we mix that, I'll show you kind of what it should look like here at the end. Now that we got the water mixed in with the mud, should be almost like the ketchup type paste where I'll be able to slide off that knife there. So we're taking our bigger trowel knife right here, and this is going to allow us to apply that last coat of mud here. So let's go ahead and get this set up. Now that we got the second coat of mud on that wall there, when you look on the side, I don't see any bowing or anything like that. So I know once everything dries, I'll get sand to flush, show you how it turns out after that. Because I know there's going to be a little bit of sanding that's needed. Then after that, I should be able to just apply my primer or my kills on there. And then whatever color I decide to paint this office, go with that. I know the bottom left corner is a little funky, so I'll have to look at that when it dries. But other than that, not too bad for the first time. I feel like, let me know down in the comment section below what I could do to make this a little bit better moving forward with any type of drywall project. Alright, so we finally hit the wall with one more coat of mud. Then we sand everything down. It looks pretty good, pretty smooth. And then after sanding all the walls down last night, I went with a wet rag, just kind of wiped everything down just to try to get those fine particles removed off the wall. We're about to now do our primer with kills. That's going to lock in any type of smell, make sure everything's nice and smooth. After we get that set, it's a matter of picking out the color for the office and start getting everything painted. And then just got to hit the ceiling with the ceiling white paint, but that's easy enough. Let's get to painting. Alright, before I start using the roller, I just got this brush here. It's 2-inch nylon brush. What it's going to allow me to do is paint the seams and the corners and this top part with no problem, and then we'll go come on with the roller in the big sections and make everything look nice and make sure everything looks pretty solid on it. So let's go ahead and just start doing this paint here. Alright, that's a wrap, y'all. I appreciate you tuning into this week's video. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss this final transformation of this office/studio up here. But if you're a professional that's done drywall or you've done it before, let me know down below what I could do to make it a little bit easier, a little bit better next time. I know it's not 100% perfect for my first time, but I'm definitely happy with it. But thanks again for tuning in. Stay tuned for the next video.